Hey guys, my name's Joe. I'm the Drum Lessons Bristol guy. I know a lot of people looking to swap to online teaching, and I've been researching it all week, and as I'm sure many of you have. So I thought I'd just chuck some tips out there in case it would be of any use to anyone. Just want to say thanks to Matthew for sending out an email today and reaching out to us all and helping in any way possible. It's a nice one. So first things first, an audio interface, an external sound card, really useful. I'm sure a lot of you have them already, but if you don't, get one. So I plugged in a microphone, which I've got just stemming in over the computer here. So this gives a much clearer audio for your student. Really, really useful. This is only a 2-track interface, so I've got the bass guitar coming in as well. So that should, if I just pop that on to about there, don't know if I'm going to blow your ears off or not, but really good. I wish I was predominantly a guitar tutor in this situation. It would be a lot easier than drums. Unfortunately, my drum kit, my studio internet wasn't good enough, so I've had to bring my setup home, which is probably for the best anyway, but I've got no drum kit set up here. So either way, I've got the pad. Sounds okay. So the main thing I wanted to show you was screen sharing, which is just so immensely useful. So this program I'm using, Zoom, is much better than Skype because of when you use an interface, Skype only takes the first input. So just the microphone, for instance, it wouldn't be able to handle the microphone and the bass. Now, there are some ways around that I've researched. There's a program called Soundflower, which helps you can like reroute the audio in the computer to different places. So you would be able to make that work, because I appreciate a lot of students already might have a Skype account and find that a bit easier. But I guarantee you there's other reasons why Zoom is better. The quality is great, for one, and I'm actually shooting this video on the program to show you exactly how it would come across. So using Zoom, it just accepts every input on your interface. And if I hit share screen now, I can share a particular document rather than just your whole desktop, which is, in my eyes, is fantastic. So here you can see a folder. I've come up in the corner, and then you and the student can both look at this document. Really great. As I hover my cursor over the window I have open that I'm sharing with you, you should be able to see that, which is great because you can just point at things for the student. So let me stop sharing that. Okay, great. So that was one thing. Obviously, you can share the whole desktop if you want quite easily, which is up to you. It's just, this is my personal computer as well as my work computer, so I'd really rather not do that. You can also connect your phone, which is really clever. I'm not going to bother right now, but you can press share screen, choose your phone by either cable or AirPlay, make sure you're on the same network, and you can find it on screen mirroring. And then instead of it coming up with that file, you'd actually see what I see on my phone, which is really useful in case you have like particular apps that you want to share with them, and you can show them exactly how it looks and how to download it, perhaps. I don't know. Really good. So second screen, a lot of people, especially guitar tutors and drum tutors alike, want a second screen. And what they've been coming up with is, if you join the conversation on Zoom with a separate account, like on your phone, then you've got 3 people in the conversation, and you can have like a fretting hand. But what I've noticed with that is it's laggy. It's just not as good. And also that means you've then got 3 or more people in the conversation, even though 2 of those accounts are yours. So what you can do is set up a second camera, which is much better, and there's way less latency. So there's an app called Epoch Cam, EPOCCAM, Epoch Cam. And I think it's a paid app, but it allows you to set up your phone as a second camera for your computer. So that means you could have that fixed, coming in, viewing the guitar, for instance, as well as a face-to-face. And then you can just hit a shortcut on here that quite easily allows you to jump between them. So let me just show you, actually. If I share the screen and share my desktop, something I failed to mention is if I go on to preferences here, or settings if you're on a Mac, what you'll see now is your input and output. So normally it would be on the like the built-in output or whatever, but I've selected specifically my interface, which is really important. So make sure the microphone is set up and you can test it. You can see the level coming in, and you've got a speaker and you can test that speaker as well. A really important thing to do is hit advanced. So when you go on advanced, you'll see these suppress persistent background noise or intermittent background noise. You have to disable these, because when you're making a noise, the computer is trying to cut out any background noise that it hears apart from a voice, because it's made just for video calling. So very useful otherwise, but when we're making noise and music, it just suddenly, it's like it's trying to gate all the audio, and it just sounds awful. It just sounds messy and it cuts in and out. So make sure that these are disabled, and guarantee it will help no end. So that's that. You can look at your keyboard shortcuts that we mentioned. So you'll be able to look at any keys that you can set up just to quickly start, stop video, switch camera, really, really useful. And I think you could probably change the actual shortcut rather than it be, you know, shift and command and N. But yeah, really, really useful. So then just, you know, you're talking to your student and then suddenly hit the button, it swaps to your fretting hand or to your drum kit in your studio or whatever, cuts to that, and then you can go over and play, which is really, really good. Cool, let me stop sharing. Okay, and we're back. So I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. I hope I went about that in a remotely coherent way. I really recommend online tuition. I taught a couple of lessons the other day, and I was really impressed at how it went. By sharing the screen with each other and both looking at the same document, it just worked beautifully. For drummers, you can have the second camera set up. In an ideal world, if you had a big interface, you could mic up your kit entirely and send it in through the interface, and it will come through the call perfectly. I've also seen other electronic drum kit players. There's the easy option and just do a jack into there, just like a guitar cable or something. That will sound really good in the students' ears. It will sound like the drum kit. But even better, I know a friend of mine, he set up by MIDI his electronic drum kit, connected it to the computer via MIDI, and then in Logic ran Superior Drummer, the plugin, and so that translated the MIDI sounds into drum sounds, sorry, MIDI signal into drum sound, and then was able to run that in Logic alongside his microphone, and then you use Soundflower to route that audio to the call, which is just amazing, because it basically means your listener can hear everything perfectly. It's really, really fantastic. But that would work much like miking up the whole kit as well. You just got to get your levels right. So try calling your friends and any peers to test your audio and iron out any creases, because there definitely are some. Watch out as well for running compressors on your microphone and stuff like that. Oh, and one of the biggest things, use headphones. I'm using these because they're discreet, but I'm just got this running out of the headphones on the interface. This eliminates any, you know, loop back. So if you've got audio coming from the student, like drums and voice, then at least it's not coming back into your microphone. That's really crucial. Cool. So I think that's everything. Yeah, please get in touch if you need any help. I've actually had a load of friends and peers getting in touch, and I reached out on Facebook and said, please get in touch. I'm happy to take a 10-minute call to try and walk you through anything. Yeah, good luck. All the best.